Welcome back. We appear to have crash-landed on the planet of Taris, and right now we're trying to get our bearings and figure out what's going on. And we were talking with Karth. We were actually right in the middle of a conversation with him, and he's told us that we are now in an abandoned apartment that he found, and that the Sith arrived on the scene, presumably the scene of the crashed escape pods. Let's find out more about the Sith and what they're up to.
Taris is under Sith control. Their fleet is orbiting the planet. They've declared martial law, and they've imposed a planet-wide quarantine. But I've been in worse spots. I saw on your service records that you understand a remarkable number of alien languages. It's pretty rare in a raw recruit, but it should come in handy while we're stranded on a foreign world. There is no way the Republic will be able to get anyone through the Sith blockade to help us. If we're gonna find Bastila and get off this planet, we can't rely on anybody but ourselves.
We didn't really find out a whole lot about Bastila, except that she was apparently the commanding officer aboard the Endar Spire, but we didn't really know much beyond that, so let's find out who she is.
That smack to your head did more damage than I thought. Bastila's a Jedi. She was with the strike team that killed Darth Revan, Malak's Sith Master. Bastila's the key to the whole Republic war effort. The Sith must have found out that she was on the Endar Spire and set an ambush for us in this system. I believe Bastila was on one of the escape pods that crashed down here in Taris. For the sake of the Republic war effort, we have to try and find her.
Makes sense, but it seems like in this day and age, the Jedi are pretty much a dime a dozen, so to speak. I mean, it seems like there's a lot of Jedi around, so it seems very odd that even one Jedi would be getting all of this attention. So why are the Sith so interested in her?
Bastila is no ordinary Jedi. She has a rare gift the Jedi call battle meditation. Bastila's power can influence entire armies. Through the Force, Bastila can inspire her allies with confidence and make her enemies lose their will to fight. Often that's all it takes to tip the balance in a battle. Of course, there are limits to what she can do, but from what I understand of her ability, it requires great concentration and focus to maintain her battle meditation. The attack on the Endar Spire happened so fast, she never had a chance to use her battle meditation. Like us, she barely got out alive.
Well, that is interesting, and actually battle meditation is something that existed in the Star Wars universe before this game came out, so this game was not responsible for introducing the concept, as some people have suggested. So let's find out what Karth believes we should do next.
Bastila's gonna need our help. Many of Darth Malak's followers can use the dark side of the Force, and the Sith have already killed more than their share of Jedi in this war. Nobody will be looking for a couple of common soldiers like us, and if we're careful, we can move about the planet without attracting notice, a luxury Bastila won't have. She's gonna have half the Sith fleet looking for her. They know how important she is to the war effort. The whole planet is under quarantine. No ships can land or take off. So, if Bastila's gonna escape Taris, she's gonna need our help, and we'll probably need hers.
That sounds like a good plan, but this planet sounds like a pretty big area, so where should we start looking for her?
While you were out, I did some scouting around. There are reports of a couple of escape pods crashing down into the Undercity. It's probably a good place to start. But the Undercity's a dangerous place. We don't want to go there unprepared, and it won't do Bastila any good if we go and get ourselves killed.
Alright, well, it sounds like we've got our work cut out for us, and it sounds like if we're going to go into this Undercity, that we need to prepare adequately, so we should probably spend some time doing some shopping and collecting money somehow. Let's find out a little bit more about Karth.
I'll tell you whatever I can, though I don't know how much help it'll be.
Let's find out what he knows about this this Malak. We haven't really heard a lot about Malak and this Revan, whom Bastila has killed.
Everything I know about Malak is pretty much common knowledge. He escaped the trap that killed Darth Revan, his Sith Master. With Revan's death, Malak became the new Dark Lord. It's obvious that Malak's a ruthless tyrant who'll crush anyone who stands in his way, just like Revan was. Experience has shown that the Sith won't stop until the Republic lies in ruins. Malak and his Sith don't respect anything except raw, brutal power. It's hard to imagine how someone who used to be a Jedi could become such a monster.
Wait a minute, this Malak actually used to be a Jedi?
Malak and Revan were once both part of the Jedi Order, but they were young and headstrong, and against the wishes of the Council, they went to battle the Mandalorians on the Outer Rim. Something happened out there. Something corrupted them and drew them over to the dark side. Or maybe there was something rotten inside them all along. I don't know. They formed an army of ex-Republic soldiers and Jedi who'd fallen to the dark side, with Revan at their head, until Revan was killed by Basila's Jedi strike team. But even that didn't slow the Sith down. Malak just stepped in and assumed Revan's role. He took control of the Sith Armada and resumed bloody conquest of the Outer Worlds.
Wow. Well, that doesn't sound too surprising from what we know of the Sith in the Star Wars movies. The Master and Apprentice rule of two. We have seen apprentices kill their masters. And if you're watching the Clone Wars, we've seen an attempt at the reverse. And there's been plenty of incidents of this happening throughout the Star Wars universe. But let's see.
I'll tell you whatever I can.
I'm not going to listen to a repeat of something we heard earlier. Let's see if he knows anything about Taris.
Taris was once a magnificent planet-wide metropolis of towering skyscrapers, but that was a long time ago.
Aww.
The upper city where the rich citizens live is still pretty safe. If it wasn't for the Sith occupation and the planet-wide quarantine, it might not even be a bad place to live. But farther down, things have degenerated. The lower city is nothing but a slum overrun by swoop bike gangs, waging a never-ending war for control. And the undercity is... well, it's even worse. The lowest level of Taris is a wasteland overrun by rat ghouls, mindless, diseased mutants that attack on sight. I've already entered all this info into your datapad journal.
I'm sure we'll never have to fight those. Yeah, right. Let's see. What about Karth himself? I'd like to know a little bit more about this guy.
I understand why you want to know more about me. I kind of get the feeling we'll be spending a lot of time together over the next while. But this isn't really the best time for long introductions. We should stay focused on the task at hand. There'll be a time for that later.
Indeed there will. Let's go ahead and get going.
Good idea. We can use this abandoned apartment as a base. We can probably get some equipment and supplies here in the upper city. Just remember to keep a low profile. I've heard some grim stories about the Dark Jedi interrogation techniques. They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. It can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity. But I figure if we don't do anything stupid, we should be okay. I mean, after all, they're looking for Basila, not a couple of grunts like us. All right, soldier, let's move out.
All right. You'll notice that the green +2 there just appeared above our head, and basically, this area we're in, the abandoned apartment, is serving as our base, which is what the tutorial was mentioning earlier when it came to leaving party members back at it and whatnot. And we can collect some things here from a locker, computer spikes and med packs. And here is something rather interesting, a workbench. Throughout the game, you will find weapons and armor that are marked as upgradable. These items can be approved by the addition of an upgrade item, and you will really, really want to use the upgradable items. You really do. With upgrade items, you can use this workbench to construct new, more powerful versions of upgradable ranged weapons, melee weapons, lightsabers, and armor. Right now, we have only melee weapons to use, or to upgrade. And the one we picked up was a prototype vibroblade along the way, and I'm going to actually equip this after I'm done upgrading it, because this is probably going to be the best weapon we'll have for a while. And believe me, we will be on Taris for quite a long time. It thankfully is a balanced weapon, which is very, very good. Well, I thought we had a vibration cell. I could have sworn we picked up a vibration cell on the end of our spire, but I guess we didn't. Anyway, we will be picking up upgrades for this thing as we go. It's a shame that apparently I missed that aboard the Endar Spire, but let me go ahead and just equip that on me right now. Let's see, does this... yeah, that's a better option. I'm going to go with that. What about Karth? Let's see what he's got as far as equipment's concerned. No, I didn't want to talk to you. I wanted to switch over to him. But I guess we can't do that here in the base, because we're just by ourselves. We don't have a party going on. When you're in a base, you don't have a party. You're just operating in a solo mode. Let's see. I guess we can't really equip him until he's in our party, so let's go ahead and exit the base. Every time you leave the apartment, you must select which party members you wish to take. Since this is the first time you are leaving, you will have to take Karth. And Karth appears here on the screen in the 3rd slot. There are 8 other party members we will be picking up along our journey. Some of them will be much later, but most of them we will find here on Taris. So I'll go ahead and add him to our list. Let's go.
Right, you alien scum. Everybody get up against the wall. This is a raid. That's how we Sith deal with smart-mouthed aliens. Now the rest of you, get up against the wall before I lose my temper again. What's this? Humans hiding out with aliens? They're Republic fugitives! Attack!
Well, so much for keeping a low profile, but it appears that this won't be too bad. Just a couple of droids and a Sith soldier. And we leveled up. Now, the alien dialogue in this game is pretty much the same, and what I mean by that is that for each species, there's pretty much a set of things they say, no matter what what it actually means supposedly in English, or basic as it's called in the Star Wars universe. So for the most part, what I'm going to do when it comes to alien dialogue is I'm going to read it in my head, and I will then skip the rest of it, because most of the time it drags out for a very long time for each piece of what they say. I hope you guys don't mind that, but it will really save some time, and you'll get to hear less of the same thing over and over again, so that will help a lot. Let's see, let's ask him about this, because we don't really want somebody coming to this apartment, so hopefully there won't be any more Sith coming around here, and in greater numbers. Oops, I didn't mean to skip that, but basically he said with any luck the Sith won't be here again. And in the Sith officer's backpack we find a blaster rifle, some grenades, and some stimulants, which are great to have. Duros is not this character's name, that's actually his species name. And we don't need to talk to him again, because he won't have anything more to say. Here we have a low security door. It's supposed to say that, but it just says bash, because that's the option that we have. Yeah, there we go, low security door. We have to use security on it, because I don't think bashing works on these doors, at least at my skill level. And here we have somebody named Dia. Let's say hi to her. I'm sure she doesn't mind us breaking into her apartment.
Who are you? What are you doing in here? You can't just come barging into someone's home.
Yeah, this is kind of awkward.
That's no excuse. You can't just go around barging into people's apartments because you're curious. But at least you're more polite than that pig Holden.
Who's Holden?
Just one of Darvik's men who can't keep his hands to himself. But all he got for his trouble was a nasty scar from my vibroblade. Too bad I'm the one still paying the price.
Still paying the price?
I don't want to talk about it. I'm in enough trouble already. Besides, I don't know if I can trust you.
Is she being blackmailed? What's going on here? Let's see if we can try to persuade her to trust us. This is our first opportunity to use the persuade option, so let's see if it works.
Well, I suppose you seem like an all-right sort.
All right.
When I cut Holden, it made him back off, but it also embarrassed him in front of his friends. Holden's a spiteful little hut slug. He went and put out a bounty on my head for what I did. That's why I'm hiding out here.
Well, maybe we can do something to help her. I do want to try to help people as much as I can throughout the game.
I doubt it. Holden is one of Darvik's men. When you work for the local crime lord, the authorities tend to turn a blind eye. I'm afraid this is between me and Holden now.
Oh, that's a shame. But maybe we can try to find this Holden and speak on her behalf.
Could try, I guess. He usually hangs out at the cantina in the lower city. It probably won't do any good. Holden's used to getting his own way. That's one of the fringe benefits of being a goon for Darvik. Working for the local crime lord lets you get away with things. Still, I appreciate the offer.
Let's go ahead and go.
Good luck. I hope you can talk some sense into Holden.
If you try to ask her if she can answer some questions for you, she really won't. So I'm not going to go through every single dialogue option with everybody, because a lot of them are things like, what do you know about this planet, and everybody's pretty much answers the same thing for every planet, so yeah, she doesn't mind us stealing her stuff. So I'm not really going to be doing that too much. Alright, Laram. Let's see what he has to say. Some of these hostile dialogue options are rather funny. Yes, energy shields. They're basically the items that we equip on our arms, and they help protect against blaster bolts and whatnot.
And I can tell you from experience that they aren't any good at all against a simple vibroblade. That's why the Republic has been training soldiers in hand-to-hand and melee combat.
Yes, and I don't plan to buy any from this guy, because we will find some just by virtue of looting. Like I said, I don't intend to buy one of these shields from him, but it is good to at least know what they do. So it's nice that the game has put this here to tell us this. Also, one thing I forgot to mention earlier is that the explanation about our character knowing a lot of languages is basically this game's way of providing some justification for being able to understand all the alien languages we hear. Well, that's nice, but illegal aliens? What's that about? Ah. Well, I suppose that makes sense to some degree. But what about getting caught? We won't worry about that right now, just because there are other places that offer better prices. But let's see if we can sell some of our items, because that's something we will be doing a lot throughout the game. I should mention right here that I did not actually know that you could sell items when I first played this game, so I was actually strapped for money on some occasions. I don't really know if we can get rid of these, but there's really no value attached to them, so that's pretty useless. Ion Blaster, I'll keep that for now. And Karth has already got a blaster. He's got blaster pistols. I don't know if I think I'll sell that. And I want to keep those, so we got a little bit more money, but we still need some, so maybe our searching around will help us in that regard. So we'll continue to do that in the next video.